Hello. Good evening. How are you? I'm feeling okay today. I don't feel sick, but I am tired. Anyway, today's video is going to be about something that's going to seem random, but I was listening to this week's episode of Retronauts, and all the hosts were talking about Final Fantasy VII. Yeah. And they all started sharing their stories of Final Fantasy VII, like how they got to Final Fantasy VII. And I thought, well, hell, I can do that for 5 minutes, so here I am. I wanted to talk about the 90s for a minute. I was a relatively early adopter of the PlayStation, one word. I'm pretty sure I got mine in really early 1996. So, not launch, but, pretty soon. Like when Resident Evil came out in March 96, that's right, 23 years ago. I bought that game day one and scared the shit out of me, and I love it. I still love the first one so much. But by the end of 96, I was playing a lot more Saturn, and the N64 came out, so I was playing N64, and I was kind of like, what do I do with this PlayStation? And all my friends had one too, so I was like, I don't need this PlayStation anymore. My friends have it. I'll get rid of it. So I did. In fact, I may have even traded that in to get the N64. I don't remember the order of operations. But I do know that by early 97, I didn't have a PlayStation anymore. But also by early 1997, I was working at Software Etc. at the Galleria Mall in White Plains, New York. And part of working there was seeing a lot of stuff and seeing what's out there. And I couldn't help but notice that, boy, it's a lot of really good PlayStation games now. And there aren't that many N64 games. And the ones that come out are like a gigantic bundle of money. Now, obviously, I kept with it. I mean, like, GoldenEye was 97. I actually bought and played GoldenEye. Holy crap. But also, it just became a communal thing. Like, that was a game I played with my friends. So we all had that. We all had controllers. But I started to notice the talk about Final Fantasy VII. Now, I played the original Final Fantasy on NES. And I dug it. And I finished it. But it was mostly because Nintendo Power gave away so much information about it and a full strategy guide, and I got into it, more than I never got into Dragon Quest, but Final Fantasy on NES really clicked. And a few years later, because it was cheap, I got Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, on Super Nintendo. I never played 4 or 6, 2 or 3, whatever you want to call them. I didn't play those. I still really haven't. But I loved Mystic Quest because it was just fun. It was cool. The music was great. So I really only had 2 Final Fantasy games under my belt. So when I heard Final Fantasy VII was coming soon, I was like, did I miscount? I actually didn't know why there were so many all of a sudden. And I wasn't really keeping up with the news on the internet at that point. The internet was still very, I don't know. I had internet in 1997, but it wasn't kind of an everyday thing. It was like, when you had time, you went on there and looked at some stuff. It wasn't a big thing. So as 97 was building and building and I was working there, the hype was getting to me. And really a big thing also was the fact that people kept calling the store and asking, like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And as the date drew closer, September, we just started answering the phone. It's like, hello, thank you for calling Software Etc. Final Fantasy comes, September 7th, whatever, probably. And I even remember, like, the day of, like, it was just a constant stream of phone calls. Like, do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? And it's like, if you pre-ordered it, we have it. If you didn't, maybe not. And in my case, I did pre-order it. And I bought an entirely new PlayStation. That's right. I had an early PlayStation, sold it, and then bought a new one for Final Fantasy VII. Of course, 1997 was also the year of Symphony of the Night. So, again, I saw a lot of what was going on in the store on PlayStation. I was like, I think I better get back into the system. So I did. But Final Fantasy VII was the big pull, the big trigger. And I bought that game and I finished it. I must have put in over 100 hours. Who knows how long it took. I beat Emerald Weapon. I never beat Ruby Weapon because that fight was just totally unfair. You lose 2/3 of your party. You can't win that fight. But yeah, it was a great game. I really enjoyed it. I played it for months really. And that was kind of my last RPG. Kind of. I was kind of like, I can't sit 100 hours and play a game like this ever again. And I kind of haven't. The end. Anyway, I don't know if my stomach growling came through on the video, but I'm feeling tired and my stomach is upset. So, good night, everybody. I love you.